How's Ohio?
I've actually never been to Ohio, which is the funny part. But hi, I'm Audrey Huynh, and you're watching Fork the News.
Hi, Audrey. So happy to have you here today. I have to start with this question. How's Ohio?
I've actually never been to Ohio, which is the funny part. But
How does it feel to join such a beloved series? I don't know if you were a fan before or not, but like, how was it to join something that is so big currently on Netflix?
I have always been a huge fan of this entire franchise of like the movies and season one. So even just getting the chance to audition for season two was so crazy to me. I like screamed when my team sent it to me. I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy!" But yeah, I'm such a huge fan, and now being able to be in it and kind of like be a part of this universe is so special to me.
As a fan, how was your reaction when you found out that they were doing the recreation of the scene from the track field that they did on the movies? I mean, that must have been so exciting.
That day was so much fun. We that like was specifically set up to be like shot by shot, like a direct like parallel to the movies. So I was like sitting there like watching it all happen. I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. Like but yeah, no, that was such a fun scene to shoot, and kind of just knowing that it was a callback to the movie and everything. So it was cool.
Kitty, you all right?
So how do you feel about your character, Stella?
I think that I honestly really like her. I think she's really fun. I think she's really cool. She was such a fun character to like bring to life. She was just so like well written and like well rounded. She's just a very like three-dimensional kind of character. And I had so much fun just like picking her apart and like really figuring out all of the little like niches in her character. So that was really cool for me. But yeah, I definitely see why people don't like her because she's a little bit crazy. She's kind of a villain, but I think that's honestly what makes her really special.
So how did you react when you found out that you're about this whole plot twist about your character?
I had no clue like what was gonna happen with her character. Like I was like auditioning for everything, and then I ended up booking the role, and like I had no idea literally until I got to Korea. And like even still, we would like get the episodes like as we were filming. So it was a lot of like, oh well, she has a big plot twist, but we can't tell you what it is yet. So I was kind of discovering what the plot twist was like as we were filming, kind of like with the audience and everything, which was really cool. But I thought like it was so just insane, just like the whole big reveal and like figuring out her plan and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a really cool kind of like addition to this season. So
One of the scenes that actually made me laugh so much was I really love the scene where Kitty was having a dream and then Stella interrupts and she's like wearing this face mask. And I was just thinking like, how hard was it to film with face mask without it falling off?
that was a crazy scene because like we only had one face mask, so they kept having to like spray it with water, and it was like soaking wet, and my face was like wrinkly afterwards. I was like, this is crazy. But honestly, the hardest part was like trying not to laugh because like it was such a hilarious scene. And I remember filming it with Anna and Sangon, and the first time they saw me in the face mask was like the first time we were like actually filming it. And we were on camera and it was like on me, and they were like bursting out laughing. And I was trying so hard not to break because it was so funny. But yeah, that was such a fun scene. It was like, I'm really glad it ended up making it in the trailer too. So
Kitty! What are you dreaming about? Calculus.
Do you think Stella and Kitty might have been friends like in an alternate universe, or like if it wasn't for Stella's plan overall?
I think so. I think that Stella doesn't have many friends. So kind of she'd want to make friends with anyone that she has the chance to make friends with. But I think her and Kitty would get along if Stella wasn't psycho. So.
But if she had become friends with Kitty, that might have impacted the Kitty Minho narrative as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Also, at the end of the season, Minho asks Stella if any of it was real, to which she replies that if it wasn't at first, but at some point it became real. So, what point do you think that it actually became real for Stella? What was the moment that you think that was like, okay, maybe I have feelings for Minho?
I think she definitely came in with these expectations of like being like I'm not gonna get attached to these people at all. Like I'm gonna date him and I'm gonna get to his dad. Like she had a very like strong game plan. But I think kind of as she started to get to know all of the friends and then get to know Minho, like I think that it definitely changed her perception on like who they are as people and like how she wanted to treat them. And it definitely did become real for her. Um, but I don't know if there's like an exact moment. I feel like it was kind of a gradual thing. Um, but yeah, but there was always that like little underlying piece too where she knew that Minho wasn't fully into her and like it was kind of fake on his side too. So it's all just very complicated. So
We didn't get to see Stella sing. I mean, unless for the first audition she did with Mr. Moon. But in the final episode, what song do you think Stella would have performed if she got to sing before she got caught?
oh, I don't know. I like we had a lot of conversations about this on set too. Personally, I think it would have been something like crazy, like Britney Spears or like Kesha or like Charlie XCX, like something super like girl boss, like
She was wearing green, so it could have
exactly.
been that summer.
It very much could have been Brat, and I think she would have ate that up. I thought that would have been so cool. But yeah, I don't know what she would have done.
I also saw some fans comparing the black dress that she wore to Lady Diana's black revenge dress. I don't know if that was a coincidence or if maybe that was intentional for part of the stylist or.
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way. But yeah, I mean, it is really similar. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't know if it was intentional or not. That's definitely a question for Mo, but our stylist was so amazing. We had so many different dresses that we were trying on and they were all just gorgeous. But this was definitely like the one. So
You also have other projects going on. You've actually been doing a lot of things since a very young age. You've also recently done some voice acting for Squid Game, right? You were the English voice for Player 222. What drew you to this industry? Like, who inspired you to start going into the entertainment industry overall?
I've always kind of known that I wanted to be in this industry from a really young age. And even my parents were like, we knew you were kind of born to be here since I was like a kid. But yeah, and I feel like just the more that I grew up and kind of like consuming media, I realized that I wanted to be a part of what the next generation of people would consume. And I think it's so cool just being able to tell different stories and kind of step into different people's shoes with like acting specifically. And um, yeah, and then music is also a huge part of it too. So kind of just all of it, I feel like is very special to me in different ways, and just being a part of the industry is really cool.
You're actually like really multi-talented. It's not just because you are working in different parts of the industry, like music, acting, voice acting, but also like just if we stick to the music category, you play several instruments, right? How many
Yeah.
do you play?
The ones that I'm really good at are piano and guitar, but I like technically know how to play, I think, 8 instruments.
Oh wow.
I think so. But yeah, I've always kind of had like a weird knack for music. So,
Do you have any others like hidden talents that no one knows about it yet?
ooh, not really any musical talents, but like a weird like thing of mine that was always like my fun fact in college is that I have double jointed elbows, which I think is so weird, but I don't know if that's like a talent, but
So, who are your current musical inspirations? Like for the music that you're about to bring as well, for example.
this EP was definitely inspired a lot by like Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, like that kind of genre of music. But right now I'm really into like Chapel Roan, um, Lizzie McAlpine. Oh my God, I love her music so much. Grace Anger, like just like really kind of singer-songwriter, like indie type artist. That's definitely kind of where I get a lot of my inspiration for my music. So.
Your debut EP, Lovesick, is about to come out just right in time for Valentine's Day. I assume that it's like very love-related album, not just for the name, but also because of the date that it's coming out as well. Maybe as well about its complications eventually. What can you tell us about it? I know that it's a little bit inspired by Olivia Rodrigo, sorry. But what else can you tell us about the album?
It's definitely not a love album. It's like a breakup album, and it's super like sad and angsty. And I think it's definitely like I wanted the name Lovesick because I feel like it kind of has like a double meaning. Like you could be like so like in love with a person that you feel like sick with love, but then also you could like really be like so in love with a person that you feel like sick, like that you're it's like makes you physically ill. So I kind of wanted to play on like that. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I put really just so much work and so much of myself into this EP, and now it's like finally coming out. It's really exciting. So yeah, these songs are all so special to me.
When you're writing like songs about heartbreak and just like your personal life in general, it can be like very vulnerable. I don't know if it's something that is easier for you to be more vulnerable through music.
Yeah, I'm a very emotional person just in general. Like I feel things very deeply. But I think that music is just such a great outlet to get feelings out. And I know for me, like music is kind of like therapy in a way. Like I feel something and I have to turn it into like a song. So that's kind of where a lot of these songs were born. But yeah, no, definitely. I think that vulnerability in music is so important too, because just like makes the songs a lot more relatable for the listeners and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.